Mr. Mob Nasty, the first one to come in. What's going on, brother? Let's get this camera going real quick. Let's run this bad boy. Let's run this bad boy. Get some people in. Drink a little bit of my Wawa here. There we go. How we doing today? Wednesday Hump Day is what they call it. Wednesday Hump Day. Let me get you guys here on the bigger screen. There we go. Here we go. Evening Gil. Evening people. What's the word, Mockingbird? Let me get that one out of there. The cocaine. Hey, you guys gotta go check out that Cocaine Cowboys, man. I'm about to release that George Valdez interview. Cocaine Cowboys, the Kings of Miami. You got to go check it out if you haven't yet. It is a great one. All right, let's get some more people in here, and then we'll start chopping it up, man. We got a lot of stuff going on. Paca's in the house. Edgar Pacoima is in the building, people. All right, so let's get this thing down here now. All right, hopefully you guys can hear me fine. Sounds like let me see, that looks like it's maxing out a little bit, so let me turn this down just a bit there. There we go. That should be a little bit better for everybody. There you go. Sound check, sound check. Mic one, mic one. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me get a little bit of water in here. There we go. All right, there. So what it is, well, we got a lot of crazy stuff going on today. We got the Afghanistan debacle. I don't know if you guys seen that one. I posted that the video where everybody's trying to get on one of those big old jumbo planes. Those things were filled to the max with people trying to escape for their lives out in what's up, Buddha Slim? Escape for their lives out there in Afghanistan because they pulled the plug on it. We finally left. And it took all of 9 days for the Taliban to completely take over the country. Jesus. But that will tell you that when it comes to religious wars, we're never going to win like that because we don't have that type of mentality anymore in the United States or any westernized country. Maybe back in the days when we were doing crusades and all that good stuff, then yes, we could stay there and fight for thousands of years. But the Taliban, those guys have been fighting wars for centuries, man. I want to say Alexander the Great attempted to take over those guys. Didn't happen. You saw Russia was trying to take over Afghanistan for many years. It didn't happen. The United States, they say they weren't trying to take over Afghanistan, but I think at the end of the day they kind of got stuck here. Hold on, let me come over here. And now, see, saludo. What's up, Drunken Chef? How we doing, player? We're talking a little bit about Afghanistan. What's going on over there? So you're never gonna take over a country like that. It's just not gonna happen, right? It's religious to those guys since when they're born off the back, they are meant to believe that they are there just for Allah, God, and that if they die, they're going to heaven with all the virgins and all that good stuff. So when somebody really, they love death more than they do life, you're not going to win that thing, man. Mr. Roberto Ron Paul called it a long time ago. Afghanistan is the graveyard of armies. That's exactly what it is. Let me put that super chat up here. Hold on. Where's that super chat? Let me see where you at, player. Up here, let me move it up there. There we go. So you can see it next time. Yeah, Afghanistan is where armies go to die, man. But the crazy and sad thing was that it looks just like Vietnam. If you see any old footage of Vietnam, even if you see movies of Vietnam, when they're leaving Saigon, these people are going to the top of the buildings and the choppers, and they're running. They're getting the hell out of Dodge while the Viet Cong are coming in. Because, again, with certain people, they got fight in them. The Vietnamese, they're small people. They're not big in stature by any means, but they're just like Cali Max. We're not big, huge people, but we got heart. And when people got a certain heart, they're going to fight to the very end. And Afghanistan is just, it will teach you that it doesn't matter how many bombs you got, doesn't matter how many jets you got, doesn't matter how many choppers you got, doesn't matter how many big guns you got, doesn't matter how much might and power you got. And I'm not on their side by any means. I'm just saying, but if as people you want to fight and you want to fight and you want to fight, and they've been fighting over since 9/11, man. It's been 20 years. We've been out there for 20 years. That's insane how quick that went. We've been out there for 20 years, and we still, at the end of the day, came out with nothing. I mean, straight up, all that money that was spent over there, all the people that died and bled, they're heroes. Don't get me wrong, they're absolutely heroes. But at the end of the day, it's again America going into making these big old wars for absolutely nothing. And that's what happened. We went to Afghanistan, went to the war. At bottom line, 21 years, we invested trillions of dollars there. And what did we get? We got an L, homie. We got an L, carnal. We lost that one, homie. That's just like Vietnam. We got an L in Vietnam. So America has 2 L's under their belt. And the crazy thing is it's not even like big, huge wars, like with big countries, let's say. But we have to take an L on that Afghanistan one, because we held no ground. We got no bases. We got nothing. All we got is a bunch of poor young men and women that came back in body bags. I feel that we should have probably just went there for a few years. Bang, got Bin Laden. Once we got Bin Laden, we should have took off. Yeah, 20 trillion. With the 20 trillion they spent, they could have built all the infrastructure of all the countries in Latin America. Yes, it's insane the amount of money they spend over there. But I'm sure there was some behind deals that people got rich and all kind of good stuff. But the one thing that I hope people can take away from those images of people, just trying. I mean, those. I don't know if you guys saw it. In the video I put, you couldn't see it because some other videos they had it circled. There was people holding on to the side of those jumbo planes, right? And they went up, and you saw them literally. If you look at the video again that I posted, you see little dots coming down. Boom, boom. Those are people so desperate to leave that country that they're gonna grab on the side of a plane and believe that they're gonna make it. They're gonna die once they get up top and they freeze up there, no air. But they died. But that just reminds me, it's a great reminder of how, at the end, regardless of the politics in this country, how great this country is. I mean, how much of an opportunity this country gives us, that people are willing to go on the side of a jumbo plane just to get out of their countries, that people come from all countries, through deserts, through oceans, in those cargo boxes, in cars, and you name it, just to get to this country, people. That's why, to me, listen, I don't like all the politics, but I wouldn't want to be in any other place but the United States of America. And that's just a fact. And anybody who hates on it and just wants to talk shit about it, you can go. That's the beauty. You can go. Nobody's stopping you. Nobody's going to be at the border like, oh, no, please, don't leave. No, please, come on, you're hurting my feelings. You don't like America. No, America be like, you want to go, player? Get your money. There's many other countries that you won't. So that being said, I went to a rally. When was it? On Saturday, right? Some of you guys may have seen it. It was in the news. They had a big old riot over there with the Antifa guys against I think the Proud Boys are over there. I got invited by the homie from Brexit, Jesse, and I went over there to see Anthony Tremino speak. It was a good speech. The guy does his thing. But the cool thing with me is I went in there and I walked both grounds. I walked all the way into the where they had the booth set up for everybody, right? And yeah, there was a couple Trump people selling, but those guys they were selling merch is what they were doing. And most people I saw were just Americans of all shapes, sizes, colors, and it was for the anti-vaccine card is what it was. So I went in there. I was in there for, I don't know, maybe like 20, 25 minutes, spoke with Anthony, spoke with Jesse. And then after that, I just started walking around, taking pictures. I should have actually got some and posted them. And after that, I went and walked over to the side of the Antifa guys. And I started speaking to the Antifa guys. And unfortunately, what I got out of the Antifa guys, they're just young kids that, I don't know if they hate America, but they think America is just trying to be this fascist country. Or I saw this little white girl. She was probably all of 19. She's all in black, and she says, "You guys stole this land. This is not your land." I'm like, you do know you're a white girl, right? Like, They didn't steal it from your grandparents. I'll tell you that much. And then at the end, there Antifa guys are on one side. The Proud Boys are across the street, and they're both just going at it, screaming at one another, screaming at one another. And I look at the Antifa guy and I tell him, "Hey, brother, all I see here is two groups screaming at one another. You guys aren't even speaking to one another. You guys are just screaming to one another. So what's the point?" It's almost like, I put the number down there if you guys want to call too. It's almost like, well, it's not even almost like, no communication. They just go there to fight, and sure enough, once I saw where it was headed, I saw it was getting heated up. I knew it was time for me to shake and bake, homeboy. I shaked and baked. I got the hell out of Dodge, and then as soon as I got home, I saw the brawl in the news, and somebody sent me some post on Instagram. These guys were going to town on one another. Somebody got stabbed. They're in ICU or something. It's all bad, homie. At the end, it seems like all these rallies are kind of being taken over by one person or another. But I don't know. I saw the Antifa guys. It was nothing there. The other guys, the Proud Boys, the same shit. These guys are just screaming at one another. It almost looks like they're there just to have a brawl. That's all they're there. They're there just to have a brawl, and they're gang banging, but they're gang banging in front of City Hall, boy. But now let's get to the topic at hand. The topic at hand today is, come on, baby, turn. There we go. The topic at hand is the recall. The reason I'm making this live is because I got my paperwork. Wes Watson says, "Show me your paperwork." I got my paperwork right now, and I am voting to recall Newsom. And then I see people, because I posted some stuff about recalling Newsom, I see people in some of the comment section saying, "No, Gil, what's wrong with you? You're turning way okay." Here we go. Got our first llamadita of the day. Utah in the building. What's good, brother? Give me 1 second, my man. Let me make sure to put this thing on Bluetooth here real quick. I thought I was connected already, but obviously I was not. Give me 1 second. You are ready to go. All right, talk to me, brother.
Yeah, Gil. So, I mean, I've been listening to you, and you make very good points.
Thank you.
One thing that I have to say is, I think, with the younger generation, and one thing that I'm 41 years old, and don't you think that some of these younger generations, I mean, don't you think that they do have a valid point? Like, for instance, housing, and with college debt and everything else that they've been sold. I mean, it just seems like it's really hard for them to succeed.
Yeah, but that's not even that's not just a younger generation. That's us too. I'm worried about housing. I'm worried about stuff like that. I'm also worried about college tuition because I got grandkids. So it's both generations, right. I believe.
Yeah, and but I think I really do believe that shit's hitting the fan right now, and I think that things are going to get harder.
Right.
And it's really going to affect people like like me primarily. Like I'm a college dropout. I moved over here to Arizona. I called you before, and I told you, and it's like even things here are starting to get ridiculous. Like I just bought a second property.
Okay.
And I was able to afford it because I have equity, and I moved up through the company, and my wife makes good money and all that stuff. But as hiring managers now, and the new people that are getting these jobs, it doesn't seem, it just seems almost like impossible. I mean, for instance, here where I live, I mean the house, it's just like Downey. It's worse than Downey.
You mean the housing market has gone to the point where you can't afford it, right?
It's gone to the like it's real, like I'm thinking about my kids,
right?
If they were to work a job like me, and them, and let's say that with their wife making about $150,000 a year, I mean, your average house, I mean, it's like 800,000. Like that's freaking ridiculous.
That's where we're at right now where I live.
Yeah, man, it's just it's just like for me, I was able, for instance, let me give you an example. When I bought my house here, I bought it for $125,000.
Okay.
I bought it for $125,000. I was making $18 a year. I mean, I'm sorry, $18 an hour.
Right.
In Phoenix and Gil, brought it home and everything. I was able to afford my house. And, I didn't work at a great job. I mean, I had a decent job at the time. And, I started making more money throughout the years. Then I got to a position where I was making more, 50 to 60, 70.
Yeah, you stepped the game up, and eventually you were able to afford a house. That's kind of, I mean, I think that's a story of a lot of us. I was in the same boat, and little by little you kind of climb up the ladder. But the issue now is that it seems like that ladder or that climb has gotten so high that it's like your kids or my grandkids, they're not going to get there to the housing. But that's something that
I don't think they are. I mean, unless I leave, that's why I bought a second property.
Right.
Unless I leave them an inheritance, they're not. I just don't see how they're going to do it.
And that might be the case. I mean, that might be the case. But like I said, I still say it's all gonna dump. It's gonna crash, and that's when you kind of try to get in there because the housing market is ridiculous right now. It's out of control. Like and the only way it's gonna go is gonna go down, brother. It has to.
Well, I don't think it's going to go right now. I think it's going to take a couple of years because, there's a couple. So this is going to be my second property. This one's almost paid off.
Right.
So, I don't even know whether I'm thinking about just keeping it. I was going to sell it and just cash out, but.
Well, no. Right now, to me personally, is it time to cash out? It's at the peak. If you could cash out, put it somewhere where they can. I don't know if they do the same thing in California. In California, they'll get you 50% if you don't reinvest it within a year. But if you can cash out in Arizona, they don't have that kind of law. Man, you'll make a killing when this thing crashes. You have a shitload of money to buy 2 properties.
Yeah, you're right about that. So anyway, that was just my point, Gil, and I'll keep it short. And thanks for the time, man.
You never keep it short. Thank you for the call.
All right, bye.
Bye. All right, brother. All right, guys, you guys want to call in? There's a number. But yeah, like I said, man, like I was saying, somebody keeps thinking, or people keep thinking, just because it's almost like if you don't vote just the way they want you to, all of a sudden you're a sellout. And that is one of the most immature, dumb thoughts you can have as far as when it comes to voting. When you see guys on different platforms when I say those platforms, I mean big news organizations, there's all kind of guys in there that don't vote the same way, but they have those conversations. They don't sit there and call each other, "Oh, you're just a dumb sellout." That's what kids do. That's what people can't come up with a good argument and speak about it. Just like everybody wants to run the fade. Those are people who can't sit there and actually articulate what they want to say. Now, let's see, Mr. Silver and Black. Everybody's on the Antifa thing now. Antifa are worthless, low-life losers that gang up on people like their faces. Take the mask off and let's go. Heads up. It was Young Beebs, what's cracking, lacking, homeboy? What's cracking, raza? Saludos from your boy Young Beebs Comedy. Is that really you, Beebs? Is that really you? I don't know, homeboy. There's a little fake accounts going everywhere. But the Antifa guys were just a bunch of young kids who, when I talked to them, they had no message. There was just no message. I was like, I'm trying to get to the meat and bones and be like, all right, these guys have some kind of, but it's just young kids with no direction, and they hate these guys, and they want to come and fight them. If you want to fight them, vote. If you work, make something of yourself, and then after that, you can have a little bit of influence. But just to sit there and fight, that's like gangbanging. That's kind of what they're doing. Though it's I don't want to say it's white. It's almost like, I guess, middle class gangbanging, where they all have jobs, live at home with their mom, and aren't doing drugs, and that's what they're doing. But Antifa ain't got nothing to offer. No, I like I said, I kind of saw that. They were actually trying to get aggressive with Gilly. They're like, "Hey, go across the street, the light screen." I said, "Hey, homeboy, I'm not with those guys. I'm not with you guys either. I'm just here to try to get the truth between both sides and finally figure out what the hell's going on with you guys." And I didn't get much, carnal. I didn't get much. But all right, people, I want to know if you guys. Well, let's put it here. Recall Newsom, 1. Don't recall Newsom, 2. I want to see what your guys' take is on this. Are you guys going to recall Newsom? Are you guys going to not recall Newsom? And I would like to know why you're going to recall him and why not. Come on, let's run it up. All right, let's see. Yeah. Out-of-towners, I say, plates from as far as North Carolina, Illinois, Colorado, the days past. What the hell? Lake Rasa, but built places took over. I'm sorry, I don't know what the. All right, so we got Cisco G. Well, we got a few. Look at that. We got Silverback is the Recall Newsom, Cisco G, Recall Newsom, Mom Nasty, Recall Newsom, Jal Daco 26, Recall Newsom, Derek Malro, man, fuera. We'll see, homeboy. I mean, but a lot of people are gonna call you guys sellouts, man. What's wrong with you guys? What they call me, Gringo Gil? The Chingo Bling got to me because I don't want to recall Newsom. There was an article yesterday in the LA Times. I posted it. Let me see if I can get the actual post that I did and I read it real quick. It said, and I quote, "Sorry, Democrats, Latino anger towards Republicans isn't enough to save Newsom's political hide." And that right there says a whole lot. Latinos anger for Republicans. Latinos anger for Republicans. When people see me, and I speak a lot on politics. Right now, Trompito's not in power, so I'm not speaking about him. We got Democrats, and I am for no party. So I speak on Democrats a lot right now because they're the ones running the show. And people will automatically assume that I'm a Republican, that I'm a Trump supporter. Fuck Trump, fuck them. I don't care about either one of those parties, right? And the thing is this, I don't have to try to convince Cali Max that not to like Republicans. Most already do not like Republicans. They don't trust them. Good. They're not supposed to trust them. And now they're finally waking up to the game. They're not liking Democrats. Don't trust them. Good. Do not trust them. These are both salespeople, Republicans or Democrats. They're both salespeople that are trying to sell you something. And how you buy it, you vote for them. And by us recalling Gavin Newsom, that will send a huge message. That will send something that will go down the spine of all these Democrats who have been avoiding our issues for decades, Raza. Listen to what I'm saying. Recall Newsom. You'll see the numbers. The numbers will say Latinos booted him out. We're the ones that are making the decision. The majority of widows, they're already split 50-50 or whatnot. The African Americans, majority are going for Newsom. Latinos, not this time. This time they're looking at the numbers. They're like, hey, dude, the Latinos, they're finally waking up. They're finally realizing that, hey, we have been taking their vote for granted. When have you seen Newsom around trying to pander to us? Hey, I'm going to do this for the Latino community. No. Newsom's too worried about the LGBT community, the black community, and that's all fine and dandy. But we're part of your fucking family too, Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom shut down all these small businesses. Cali Max own a lot of small businesses. Over here where I live, there's all kind of restaurants. They were shut down. And all that, Raza's working there. Raza are the chefs. Raza are the managers. Raza are the owners. Raza are the busboys. They shut them down. And what happens is, yeah, they were giving some money to some people to stay afloat. But these businesses are going out of business. So these people are trying to go back to get jobs. There's no jobs there. And all the while, he's shutting them down and saying, hey, it's a COVID. He's up there in fucking Napa Valley partying, drinking up his $1,500 bottle of wine and not worried about the rest of the world. Why? Because the guy doesn't live in our world. He does not live in our reality. He is a career politician. He's a guy that has been a trust fund baby since day one. Hey, he's a good-looking guy with beautiful hair. Hey, he got that going. But as far as him running California, I'm done with the guy, man. I really wish the guy would have done a much better job, but I'm done with him, my boy. And it is what it is. And like I said, me, I'm 21, people. Look at that. Let's see. I'm a Latino conservative because I found out the Democrat Party is worse. I think the problem with the Democratic Party is, like I've said this before. This is the problem with both. I'll give you both parties, silver and black. You tell me my analogy's on or off, right? The Democratic Party is like a mother who wants to give you everything, doesn't want you to struggle, spoils the shit out of you, but doesn't give you any discipline. All heart. It's all heart, but no guts. The Republican Party is quite the opposite. The Republican Party is that rich stepfather who don't want to give you shit, tells you to work for everything, has no sympathy for you. It's all gut, no heart. Those are the two parties. That's the way I see them. And the problem is we keep picking both of these fools thinking it's going to be a change for our people. And it's not going to be a change. We need to sit in the middle and say, this guy's policies are good. All right, we're going to go with this guy. But let them know, if you don't follow through on your promises, we're going to vote you out. That's what's going on with Newsom. If we vote Newsom out, that is going to send a huge message to all Democrats, especially in California. Wake your punk asses up. We're not going to be ignored anymore. We're not going to wait our turn anymore. Our turn is here. Our turn is now. It is our time. So wake the fuck up, all you politicians, and start catering to our needs. We are also part of the system. We are probably the biggest part of the system. Not we are, probably we are the biggest part of the system. This was the first year that I think they officially said the majority are raza. I think like 5.1 million Anglos took off to Texas. So other California widows are going to Texas. But what did I do here, buddy? What did I do? I took off my comments real quick. I don't even know how I did that real quick. Choo-choon, 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 choo-choon. Let me see. I like to see the comments. Where are we at here, people? There we go. And the comments should pop. There we go. So let's see what you guys got to say about this. Let me wet my beak real quick. One, but another one will take its place. That's fine. Let another one take its place. We need to send a message. Okay, Michael, maybe so, Gil, but I don't agree that vote for yourself philosophy. We need a better solution. I'm not voting for myself on this one. I'm actually going to vote for Tremino. I mean, he came on, answered the questions. I didn't agree with him, but hey, listen, the guy is a Cali Max, and his chances of winning are very small. But to at least get the numbers up on him, that'll be a good thing. Why haven't we had a Raza governor in California? Ask yourself that. Why? Like I said, they always say inclusive, but not when it comes to that. Okay, let's see what you got. The homie Dubs. What does Cali Max stand for? I know it just so the people could hear it. Oh, man, I'm loving it, Dubs. Cali Max, Central American, Latinos, Indigenous, Mexican American, Chicanos. That is our umbrella. Again, Cali Max, Central American, Latinos, Central American, Latino, Indigenous, Mexican American, Chicanos. That's the umbrella we got to go under. I believe the Asians have one too now. And that's what I'm trying to tell people. You need an umbrella so we can all go for it, because you can't just say, oh, I'm this race and that's it, because it doesn't work like that. That's dividing us. We are all brown people. We all share a lot of alikes, especially out here in California, carnal. So we'll see. Jesse the Body Ventura. Jesse the Body Ventura's he was actually governor somewhere, right? But he's conspiracy, but he knows some good shit too. He shut down school while his kids were still given the best education. There you go, stuff like that, brother. Yes, because their kids go to private school. And also, when the schools were all shut down and there was no daycare for kids, I work a lot in the ocean areas. I would drive by Malibu Beach, and in Malibu Beach, they would have daycare for these kids. Let me see what I do here. They would have daycare for these kids, and I would be like, wait a minute, man. Hold on, let me turn that. They would have daycare for these kids, and I'm like, I thought you couldn't have this. No, it's a different class. It's a class of money. And us middle class, we get snubbed, homie. We're like we're not good enough, so we get snubbed, carnal. And that's just the facts, man. They shut down businesses because of the spread of a disease. They shut down businesses because of the spread of a disease. They didn't shut down Mickey D's. They didn't shut down Walmart. They didn't shut down. Name any huge business that's going on. If anything, the business that should have stayed open should have been the markets and maybe some construction places. But as far as every little small mom and pop business, it's okay to shut them down. But I want to say Newsom had his what's the name, and it was still going. Newsom had his. He has his winery place. That place never shut down. That place always kept going. That place is making their money, players. So I don't know if that Roberto Bravo wants Larry Elder should win. Thank you for that super chat, Roberto. Appreciate you, my man. If it comes down to it right now, it looks like Larry Elders would win. by big numbers. It's just he's the popular name. Excuse me. He's the well-known guy. Yeah, it's all right. Listen, I want to say after this one, we still got another election coming up soon, right? So hopefully, man, hopefully. Silver and Black, Gascon is letting violent criminals out in the neighborhoods that he doesn't live in. Think about it. Yeah, Gascon is I don't like that guy, man. John Gio, thank you for the membership, my man. What would you do different, Gil, if you were governor? Okay, as far as you talking about the COVID, or as far as there's the homeless. People don't like when I bang on the homeless. Okay, first of all, I wouldn't have shut every place down the way he did. And if it was that bad, I would have done this. Okay, but it's kind of easy to Monday morning quarterback, and that's what I'm doing. But so what? Because the reason I say is because while I was going to work and everybody else was sitting at home, I would tell my wife, I would say, wife, if this is so serious, why am I going out and building homes for millionaires? If this is so serious, why not just lock down the whole state for 2 weeks? Lock it. I mean, everything except for like DWP, ambulances, the necessities. Lock everybody down for 2 weeks and put a pause on rent, put a pause on mortgages, put a pause where, you know what? Hey, guys, we are skipping a month. We're putting everything, and pretty much the whole country should have done that. We're all skipping 1 month. All right. Nobody pays nothing. It's like, this is a month we skip and we put COVID. And if it was that bad, they would have shut it down. But that's why I still to a point like, wait a minute. It seems like it's only bad for certain people, for certain places, but to sit there and open it up and then shut it down, where these businesses, they spent all this money to, like, they did outside patios, they did all this. And then I remember after that, they shut them down again. And they're like, man, we just spent tens of thousands of dollars out here doing these patios. And now you're telling us to shut it down again. And then this jackass Newsom gets caught at a party up north, chilling inside of a place. That's a double standard, man. Pelosi, the same thing. She got caught doing her hair inside of a salon while telling everybody else to shut it down. So it's okay to open up a hair salon for you, but not for everybody else. It's a double standard. It's something that shouldn't be done. And I think that these guys just blow money everywhere. They try to throw money at problems. With the homeless thing is they'll house you, but without giving you any kind of treatment. And I think one of the main things they're scared of doing is, and what they need to do, they need to institutionalize a lot of these people. They need to institutionalize them. That's the only way you're going to get people off the streets, because voluntarily they're not leaving. They're not going anywhere. They're out there, and a lot of them their brains are fried already. And if you ask them to go somewhere, so they're going to tell you. They're not going anywhere. So that's some of the stuff. But I don't know what exactly you're saying, but let me know, man. Angel Q, your vote doesn't matter. All politicians are selected. It's triggered. No. Yeah, you guys are all sheep, okay? Angel Q has spoken to the guy behind the scenes. He knows that it's all just fake, and they pull. No, they're not. Our vote counts. Angel, come on, carnal. Maybe you probably don't even vote. That's why you say that. We will get Raza good political figures when they're good. Plain and simple. Well, when does that happen? Just voted to recall Newsom. Yes, recall Newsom, people. All right. Never give up. Never give up. Gil, have you noticed the system is only catering to blacks, Asians? What about us? They don't care. I agree. I 100% agree. We have been overlooked time and time again. And that's why we recall Newsom. They will be forced to pay attention to us. They will not be able to ignore us anymore. Voting Newsom out will send a ripple effect across the country. I guarantee you, it will send a ripple effect across the country that will tell people, hey, these sons of bitches are finally waking up. We can't bamboozle them anymore. They would just kind of say, hey, just you guys ride on with the blacks. You guys are on their coattails, and you guys, man, do what don't worry about it. Your turn will come. No, like I said, our turn is here, man. And our turn and our opportunity is here to recall Newsom. Once we get a new governor, whoever the hell he is, we start making demands. We start getting people that are up there in political world and start saying, hey, this is what we want for us. And if not, we're going to vote you out next time. And I can guarantee you, you will see a difference in the way they treat us politically all day long, brother. Yeah, Minnesota. There we go. He was the governor over there. What do we got? Thanks, Gil. Good answer. Thank you, Gio. Appreciate you, my man. With that. Yeah, but people get upset when I say homelessness are drug addicts, man. They say, no, Gil, you don't understand. These guys, you know, they were this. And we were all that, man. We all went through some crazy shit, but they chose the pookie, homie. They chose the pookie, and that'll burn you up. Let me explain meth to people that never had the opportunity of doing some fine meth in their life or smoking it out of a light bulb, right? Which I have. I'm not gonna lie. We went to a family function this last Saturday at one of my homeboys' house that I've known for shit over 30 years, right? And his nephew, shout out to you, Oscar. He's about 20, in his early 20s, and he asked me, hey, Gil, hey, so how's that meth? How's that work, fool? How's the rock work? I said, okay, listen. Rock cocaine works like this, fool. First of all, it's, you know, cocaine, they mix it with a little baking soda, you cook it up, put a little ice cube in there, mix it up, and it turns to rock, right? I said, rock, you do a hit, and it'll feel like you're Superman. You just, your ears might beep, the whole shabam, right? Your heart beats, and you feel like the fucking Hulk. You're just like, the only problem with rock cocaine is that within 10 minutes, you're not feeling like the Hulk no more, and you want some more rock. So what do? You go smoke some more rock. And that's where the crazy epidemic of rock goes, right? The problem and beauty of crystal meth is this. Crystal meth is like a rock cocaine type high, let's say, but it's going to last you for 4, 6, 8 hours. Depends on how good that shit is. Rock, you're going to take one little fucking hit and you'll be done in 10 minutes. That same size of crystal meth, and you're going to be high for hours. But I told him, but this is what it is. The rock, let's say you do it a couple of times and hopefully you stop, which most people don't. They'll go on a good run, right? It'll be like this. It'll be like doing the quarter mile. You know those hot rod cars with the big wheels, and they go for a quarter mile, right? It will be like putting NOS in your engine, going that quarter mile with rock. With crystal meth, you're doing laps at that speed. You're doing laps burning that engine. And what is that doing? It's frying your brain, dude. It's destroying your brain. And nowadays, they make it more in-house and brewed, and they make it whatever garbage they can get their hands on, and it's burning people's brains. They're just, like I said, it's like being on that ride, and you just got the brain going. You don't stop for 6 days. You don't stop for 8 days. What happens to a car that you do that to? Imagine getting a car just hitting the gas and not stopping. You keep refilling it. You're going to blow the heads, fool. You're going to blow the engine. You're going to blow the transmission. And that's what you seeing out here in the streets. People say, no, Gil. That's what it is. People are burning their brain cells out of that meth. It's a huge problem, but nobody wants to talk about it except this guy here. But when I talk about it, Gil, you're a mean guy, Gil. Please. I said, man, the truth hurts, homie. Sorry, people. Sorry. So Black, Lisa, something smart, bro. Come on now. I'll put that up, Lalo. Yeah. Gil, how is Biden's performance? What do you say? Mr. Mr. Biden right now is at a D-. He's almost at an F, oh boy. Especially with this Afghanistan debacle, carnal. That Afghanistan thing is, oh, Jesus Christ, man. Come on, at least get everybody out of the country before he just pulled the plug. He actually just did a interview with Channel 7, ABC News. And it was kind of embarrassing, dude. It was cringy watching that interview because they're asking him about it. And he's like, okay, they asked him about the plane incident, right? Where all the people were grabbing onto the plane and died and how they were at the airport. He's like, that was 5 days ago. Why? So what? It was 5 days ago? We're not going to talk about it, Mr. President? Like, what the fuck? He said, that was 5 days. Biden pretty much told him, why are you talking about old shit, homie? Why are you bringing up some old shit? He said that was 5 days ago. And then the anchor asked him, okay, so do you think there was anything you could have done different? No. And he tried to the anchor's trying to help him out here. Like, so nothing, Mr. President? You don't think we should have? No. We already knew that was going to happen. Like, Come on. He was said, yeah, on hindsight, we probably should have left more troops. We didn't know the Taliban was going to come in so hard. And we should have probably protected the borders a bit more and made sure everybody was out first. But nope, he doubled down. Nope, that's what it is. And he ain't doing too good. And as much crap as he was talking about the COVID, and that's why I say, people, don't throw rocks. You live in a glass house. I mean, he was talking so much shit, and the COVID situation, he doesn't have a grip on it. He doesn't have, it's not his fault like that. But then don't speak on it. Don't speak on it like that, because it's gonna be your turn and it hits his turn and he's not looking too good. He used to go on. Yeah, Gil used to go on 3-week benders. Listen, man. I used to smoke shit. I used to drink shit. I used to, you name it. I mean, I did every drug in the book. I did every drug in the book at one point in my life. And luckily, I can say I've been clean for many, many years, man. Thank God. Ears are ringing, hands are sweaty. Makes you want more of that rock for you. No more rock, people. No more rock and roll for me. See what you guys talking about, man. Tweak is the new rock. Yeah, tweak is the new rock, but it's worse. It's worse. People smoke it. The thing with tweak is you can smoke it, inject it, drink it. You can do whatever you want with it. I mean, it's a scary thing. See what you got, John Gio. Mr. John Gio. Why did the U.S. have to announce that we are pulling out of Afghanistan? They should have just left quality. It's like, hey, Taliban, we're out the door. Shit was crazy. Yeah, I don't know. It would have been, I think it would have been a smarter thing to do, to just kind of, slowly but surely. But they should have at least held Kabul, which is, I think, their capital city, right? Held it. And then once they knew everybody was gone, okay, then we do a massive, let's get the hell out of here. And while you're leaving the place, you're bringing in drones with all kind of bombs. And as soon as they're coming forward, you kind of give yourself just a blanket of bombs to say, hey, you guys stay the hell away until we leave. But what it seems like it is too is most of the people that are in the government that were for the prior Afghanistan government, they don't have that fight in them. They don't. These guys that are Taliban, these guys that are Al Qaeda, these guys who are quote unquote terrorists out there, they have a fight in them. They are still fighting like how the Western countries were fighting back 1,000 years. Their crusades have not ended, people. Those people still believe that Allah is telling them to kill the infidels, you and I, that Allah is telling them to make the world into a Muslim country, that Allah is telling them Sharia law. They are religious fanatics, but we have those here too, except I want to say the Middle Eastern guys, they bang religion harder than we do. They're more into it because that's what they're doing. It's all most of these wars are religious wars, whether we want to admit it or not. Iraq was a religious war. Afghanistan's a religious war. Those are religious wars. The big issue they're having in Israel, that's because it's religion. America wants Jews in Israel so Jesus can come back and walk with us. That's what it is, people. Dun-dun, dun-dun. Lemon drops was great. Don't do it. Gil, they're going to replace Newsom with someone just as bad or worse. It's the Cali democracy way. Call in 20 years will look like modern day Detroit. I hope not. But I'm not saying that's your argument, but people's arguments to say stuff like that and say, why do recall? Because we're sending a message. We're sending a message that we're not going to take it anymore. We're sick and tired of it, damn it, and we're just not going to take it anymore, right? We're not taking it anymore, dude. No, get out of here, you bum. But we need to come together and not come together as Democrats, not come together as Republicans, come together as Cali Max, come together as one umbrella and stop picking those parties like a cult. That's the problem. We always pick them like a cult, and we sit there and demonize people who are not from that party. Oh, you're a Republican. Oh, you're a Democrat. You snowflake. Oh, no, dude. Walk away from those parties, people. Walk away. In your little ballot thing, or when you go get your driver's license, independent, man. Independent. Stay away from those parties because that's what they want. They want you guys to pick one of those parties so you can fight for them. I'm not fighting for a rich white man, homie. No, I'm trying to fight for middle-class people like us. Rich white men got money already, carnal. I ain't worried about them. Should have never been in the first place. No. I believe we had to go to Afghanistan. We definitely had to go to Afghanistan. I'm not sure how old you are, but they came here. They bombed it, even though, well, it could have been the Saudis. It was 14 Saudi Arabians out of 19 hijackers, right? But the Saudis got oil, baby. We're not gonna upset the Saudis. But we were supposed to definitely go to Afghanistan, put hands on them. We had to go gangbang on them. We had to go bang over there. But we should have just gone over there. Let's get into gang shit. Took the hood over there for a minute. Put in some work. Took off, left special ops in there until they got Bin Laden like they did. And the big clusterfuck was Iraq. We had no business going to Iraq. We had zero business going to Iraq. WMDs. When I heard that, I was fucking laughing. I was like, there's nothing in Iraq. They never found nothing. That was just Bush upset because of his daddy and he wanted to finish his war. Let me ask you guys this. Do you believe that Middle Eastern countries, because I do believe this. It's kind of cold-blooded, but hey, I'm a cold-blooded person sometimes, right? That some of these Middle Eastern countries need people like Saddam Hussein to run them. They need a cold, hard dictator to say, no, this is the way it goes. Because Hussein, regardless of what you may have heard in the news and thought about the guy, first of all, we put him into power. All right? The American government put Hussein into power, but then he stopped being our puppet. But Hussein was not friendly with terrorists. They hated his guts. Hussein was everything against terrorists. I mean, against like Islam. He was a boozer. He was a womanizer. He was a party animal. He didn't want no Sharia law in his country. No, man. So I don't know if you guys think people like, I think they broke Iraq. They broke Iraq. I believe. Let's see. Let's see. I knew that girl that used to use a turkey baster. Oh no, this is getting too crazy. No, we're not going that far, little. We're not going that far, player. All right, let's see. We got a call. What's up, player? What you want to talk about? What's up, homeboy? Talk to me.
You know how to get on here, man?
Yeah.
I just had to get on here, man. Basically, man, with this whole little thing with Iraq, with Afghanistan.
Yep.
We went to war with Iraq, you know?
Yep.
Even after that plane hit 9/11, we went to war with Iraq. Like, whatever they got going on in Afghanistan, it wasn't our battle, you know?
Well, no, it was actually the opposite way around. Afghanistan was the one that had Osama bin Laden in it. Iraq had nothing to do with 9/11. Zero.
Yeah, I understand that, but the war was on Iraq. Remember, like that George Bush who went to Iraq and we didn't find nothing?
Well, that was the Gulf. That was the Iraq one. Gulf one and then Iraq. But Iraq was after Afghanistan. And yeah, they found nothing. So it was another war that was for absolutely nothing. Billions and billions of dollars. Trillions of dollars. Pretty much, homeboy.
Yeah, you see. So these people shouldn't really be over there, you know? Like, all of a sudden, like, Biden's trying to get these people allowed the same thing that Trump was going to do. And if Trump would have done it, same situation would have happened, you know? Like these Taliban were just waiting to uprise then.
Yeah.
It just happened with Biden's hands, you know?
The only difference that I think with Trumpito would have been that when he saw those guys coming like that, I really believe he would have said carpet bombed the shit out of them.
Yeah, but think about it. He would have carpet bombed around the airplane, the airport.
No, not the airport. When these guys were coming towards the city, because the city, off the city, is desert. So these guys were pretty much marching up the city, and they were coming in trucks and everything else, and they didn't do anything. I would have thought, damn, dude, throw some bombs on these fools. Like, give us a little bit of time to get the hell out of Dodge. But I really think that the government spoke with them behind the scenes and was like, hey, guys, we're going to leave. Just kind of, because think about it. They're all around the airport right now, and Taliban is not attacking them. So they kind of got a deal. They made a little deal. We're leaving. You guys take over. Just try to act like you're nicer than you were before. But it's the same government.
Yeah, but I agree. You know, I agree that, you know, like, they probably got a heads up. You know, that they're coming.
Yeah, for sure. But they told them they told them we're leaving on the 18th, carnal.
Simon, you know, hey, Gil, you know, I troll your shit sometimes, but, you know, I follow him because
Hey,
I like you keep it, you keep it 100,
Hey, you gonna vote?
And what your beliefs is, and I can have my own beliefs.
Of course, of course, and if we can sit here and debate a little bit of something we don't agree on, but at the end, we as men can learn to say, all right, homie, that's your belief, that's my belief. We'll keep it pushing to another topic. That's what men do, carnal.
Simón.
All right, player.
What's up, doggy? But ahí estamos, much love, man.
Ya sabes, carnal. Bye. That's the 310 number, humble. Yeah, you guys want to tap in? The number's at the bottom, the 818-538-9330. I think it is. There you go. Yeah, that's the number. All right. What do we got into his house? Okay, Paul, let me answer you, Big Paul. Bro, you the only one demonizing Democrats. You have never talked shit on Republicans. You better go check my library, Paul. I was the one talking shit about Trompito, that he disrespected raza, and that's why I would never be able to vote for the man. I was the one that called out Chingo Bling and was talking shit to Chingo Bling. Why? Because he took off, because he used to be for the border and not the border, the whole shebang. Listen, I don't need to convince Raza, Cali Max to not like the Republican Party. They already don't like it. That's not something I have to convince them to. That's like me already knowing this gang hates that gang, but this gang's not good, and I'm trying to convince. I already know they hate these fools. I already know they hate them. So why am I going to sit here and beat a dead horse when I already know Raza really don't like him? And that's good. Like I said, I don't know if you caught it at the beginning of this. Don't trust the Republicans. Do not trust them. Don't trust the Democrats. Do not trust them. They're both politicians, and politicians are here to bamboozle you, hustle you, talk you real nice. We're going to do this for you. All they're trying to do is get that nalgas, homie. All they are, they're both pimps, all right? Politicians are pimps, and they're trying to get the booty, homeboy. And we've been giving the booty up to the Democratic Party for years, for free. And all the while, they're taking care of Asian community. They're taking care of their white boys. They're taking care of the black community. And us, no, we're just that spick in the corner that they can do with us whatever they want. And I'm tired of it, brother. And that's why I'm speaking about it. And that's what I'm saying. Get Newsom out to send a message to all those guys that they can't take our vote for granted anymore. That's what it is, player. See what you got. No más swallowed gente. No más swallowed gente. Huh, Daniel? No más. I don't know, man. Okay, Paul. How am I switching my stance, Paul? Come on, Paul. How am I switching my stance? Paul, why don't you call in, man? You know, it's very simple, people. I put the number up so we can have these discussions. Water. How am I switching my stance? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. This was all thanks for idiot Bush. Well, I'm not saying no. The war was a Republican war. Yes, of course. I've never said that it wasn't. Carnal. Like I said, go watch a Chingo Bling interview. Go watch that one. And we talk about this topic. Carnal. We talk about this. So if you're not gonna call, then there we go. None of this is coincidence. Yes. China is already in Afghanistan. Yeah, China's making little trade deals. China is not our ally. China's a superpower that wants to control the world, just like Russia wants to control the world, just like America wants to control the world. So yeah, the Chinese are already there. John Gio said no. Are you saying no to Newsom? Come on, Gio. Come on, carnal. Well, yes. Leave the Middle East alone. Let them. Saddam was exactly what they needed. Yeah, that's what I think, man. Daniel, I'm one of those guys that says they need that kind of dictator, dude, because they're just a different breed. I'm not saying all of them, especially the ones that are in America, but people that are over there are a different breed. And we were there for 20 years, okay? We were in Afghanistan for 20 years. And it took 9 days for the old government to come back and topple them. So for 20 years, you had kids who lived in certain areas that grew up with a lot of American, with the army, with certain rights. Those rights are all gone in a week and a half. So we fought for 20 years and we couldn't change their minds in 20 freaking years. That tells you something. They're a different animal. They think different. They live different. They're Allah. That's what they're about, man. And if that's what they want to do, then get your money, man. Get your money. I'd rather be here in America arguing or discussing if we should vote Newsom out, carnal. He does have very nice hair, by the way, though. That's the only thing I'm very jealous with Newsom. If only, imagine if I had the Newsom hair. Jesus, I'll be running for president, carnal. If Larry Elder won and changed California for better, would it change your mind on Republicans? Okay, listen. I talk my crap on both Republicans and Democrats, right? But there's definitely good in both. I just don't care for the label of the party because most people get stuck into the label of the party and then they just vote down that line. I refuse to ever put myself to a point where somebody's running for president and off the back, I know who I'm voting for just because of the party affiliation I have. That's not correct. We need to pick presidents on their policies, not on their political affiliate. And the only reason they go with the political party is because there's only two big, huge parties. I'm not saying we need to make a third party. No, in California, we don't need to make, but we can just be an independent. If America was more independent, these guys would act different. The Republicans are always using the Christian card, the Jesus card, and Trump was one of the biggest sinners in the world, man. Trump was with porn star, with a Playboy model, paying money. Come on. That guy had zero Christian values. He's a billionaire developer that goes around grabbing women by the you-know-what. So that's what I'm saying. But people get too blind, and that's one thing I will call the Republicans on. Like, they just look the other way. If it was a Democratic guy with those kind of baggage, oh Jesus, you would just hear it every day on Fox News. Let me see what you got. They could change. Facts over feelings. Yeah, that's gonna be my new motto. Greetings, AC, my brother. Although I agree with you for the most part, there are times that I also disagree with you, but nonetheless, I still respect you and your opinions. Hey, Born Supreme, I appreciate you, brother. Americans, white Americans think they could change an Islamic country. White Americans think they could change everything because they got power, they got guns, they got nukes. But no, that just told them right there, man. Okay. Mexico Bajo. Stop liberal handouts, abortions, welfare. Instead of vote Republican and make California Republican again. Yeah, with the abortion thing, see, here we go. With the abortion thing, I think it's a woman's choice. You know, it's funny how right-wingers, and even though I'm not a right-winger, I think we should have our right not to show vaccine cards. I think I should have a right not to be vaccinated. My body, right? That's what we say. So how is it that it's my body, but then when it comes to a woman's body, it's no longer her body? Answer me that one. Riddle me this, player. Let's see what I'm curious to see your answer in this one. I kind of know what it's going to be already, and then I'll come back to you. You never... Paul, just call, Paul. Just ring 818-538-9330. Paul, just call, Paul. Exactly, Gil. Vote character. That's what it is. We have to vote character. We got to get off the right and the left, man. Hold on, Paul. 9/11 was a Mick run ready for a good chunk of country gone because everything becoming peace. Latinos hate socialism. Yeah, I think we do. I don't think socialism's worked anywhere else, but people have some people who think socialism is great. That's what some of those guys were pushing. They're pushing like communist shit. I was like, what the hell? I'm like, people that are here in America and they're pushing communism and stuff like that. I look at them and I think, you do know if this was a communist country, you couldn't protest like this, right? All you guys who are communists and say we should bring communism to America, you do know you can't do what you want in a communist country, right? Let me get this call real quick. See who's... Ese Manuel, ¿cómo estás, amigo?
Buenas tardes, Gil. I'm doing good. Thanks for asking.
Talk to me, brother.
Well, I'm just calling, man. I was watching your podcast right now on YouTube, and I'm running a little bit behind, but I like what you're doing, man, and at least trying to get the conversation started, you know?
Of course.
I'm from Tulare County, man. We're mostly known as the Red State, or Red County.
Okay.
And you see like little by little, man, it's starting to change, but...
It is.
I'll tell you this, man. My dad came from Mexico, and he'd tell me all these stories about how the government did this and that, and, you know, after being saved, you know what I'm saying? I went from being left to being right, but I'm not saying it's right. Obviously, because of Brown, I seem like we fall down the middle more, but
we do fall down the middle.
It's the government, man, needs to stop being so much involved in everybody's business, you know?
Well, I think also what it is that the government in California has gone so far off to the left. They're not even in the middle no more, especially like with the transgender laws, the bathroom laws, LGBTQ pushing their rights, and they've forgotten about middle America, man. They really have. They don't care about our housing. They don't care how much houses are costing. It's all about like rich and LGBTQ, brother, and they don't care about anybody else. So yeah, me, like I said, I'm voting to get Newsom out. Homie. I'm voting to get Newsom out, and it is what it is. People don't like it. Hey, at least I'm being straight up about it.
Yeah, if you think about politics, man, you get worried and start, thinking about a bunch of stuff, but. It's just politics. It's always going to be that way.
Yeah, for sure.
Sure. Jesus Christ is King. That's all I got to focus on.
That's right, brother.
Focus on the good news and not the bad.
There you go, my man. Thank you for calling.
All right, Gil. Likewise. Have a good.
There you go. Yeah, we can and we should be able to have difference of opinions without screaming at one another, without demonizing one another. Like I said, I hear now, everybody, let's catch the fade, let's catch the fade. Everybody wants to catch the fade, right? What does that do? Like I said on the Homie West Coast Graffiti show, if I'm telling you the sky is blue and somebody's telling me it's black, I said, no, man, it's blue. And they're like, well, let's catch the fade. So if we fight and you beat me up, the sky all of a sudden turn fucking black? No, it's still blue, homeboy. It's still blue. So people that just want to fight, is because they can't speak the truth or they can't handle it because it hurts them so much, brother. So, yeah, we should be able to have grown folk conversations. Sometimes we can, and it is what it is, homie. Relax, Paul. You're going to be okay, Paul. You're going to be okay. I agree with you, Antonio Polanco. Thanks for keeping it real, especially against Chingo Bling. Listen, at the end, though, me and Chingo are cool, homie. You can listen. Okay. To me, shout out to Chingo Bling. Yeah, I was very pissed off. I talked kind of shit up, but I took that video down on me, telling him to go fuck himself. I did. I did. I just, because why? I wouldn't have took it down if he didn't come on the podcast. But he came on the podcast and say what you want to say about Chingo Bling, que gringo Bling, que esto, que el otro. Pero el Chingo Bling tiene más huevos que casi todos, y no todos, de todos esos artists, rappers, anybody, cause at least he took a stand, homie. At least he took a stand, and he put his career on the line. He put his whole thing on the line. So to me, listen, more power to him. Let's see what we got in the house. Hello. Okay, what we got here? Cuban Americans are Republicans. They know damn they're socialists and communists. Okay, so I guess you don't want to accept, buddy. Maybe somebody just want to hear my beautiful voice. Bernie Sanders ran as independent, which he was not. Yeah, but Bernie has some great ideas. Bernie's has some exposing some great knowledge as far as how the super rich don't pay enough taxes. They manipulate the tax system because they write the laws. He who writes the laws make the laws, people. He who writes the law make the laws, right? So Bernie had great ideas. He was just a little bit too old, and the ideas were a little bit too radical. Because at the end, Bernie, I'm going to give free tuition. I'm going to give free this. No, it doesn't work like that, Bernie. You can't give everything away for free. And yeah, you're not going to. But yeah, I would have actually enjoyed Bernie running. Like straight president, but they didn't want Bernie up there. It's all about the issue, Arthur Zapata. It's all about the issue. Basically, picking the lesser of two evils. Run for me. It's about COVID and freedom. There you go. JR, vote Republican. JR has turned Republican. The government has gone post-modernist. Yeah, I believe so. Okay, here we go. Mixteco asked him about the abortion. He answered me politely. He told me to go up. No, he didn't. Where are you at, brother? Where are you at? Okay, here we go. Okay, abortion once rampage here in Cali. There are always exceptions, rape for it. But when you normalize killing human babies, are we as a society becoming numb, devoid, or moral? I myself, like I said, I am pro-choice. Does that mean I like people getting abortions? Absolutely not. I don't. It's a sad thing, but it's the reality of life that we live in. And the thing is this, a lot of people, let's say there was no abortions, zero. Let's say abortions, there wasn't even such a thing as abortions for the last 30 or 40 years. That would be millions and millions of more kids in the ghetto, in the hood, where people who are typically Republicans, the one that say they're anti-abortion, would say, who's going to take care of these kids? These kids are on welfare. These kids are being taken care of by the government. So I'm not saying you yourself, my man. It's easy to sit there and say you should have the kid. But when somebody is completely not ready for that kid, completely not, and I do agree on those long term, like no, you after a certain time, no, you shouldn't be having abortions, man. When the kid's like, and some people say the babies are in conception. I don't know. That's between the lady and her doctor and whoever else does it, right? But I do believe that after a certain amount of months, like no, man, that kid's there already, right? But when it comes to that abortion thing, it's the lady's choice. And if God is going to punish her, God's going to punish her. But as far as I know of the scriptures, every sin is equal, right? Whether you cheat on your wife or you steal or you do whatever it is, it's the same sin. We can't pick the sins. And at the same time, when I hear, and again, I'm not picking on you, I'm just saying, when I hear people who are religious, and a lot of them are at that time, or run the religious card when it comes to politics, like let's say Republicans, they do that a lot, right? They're always very religious when it comes to America, but when it comes to other countries, it's not our problem. It's like God and Jesus Christ only lives in America. God and Jesus Christ don't live in Honduras, where I'm from. That place is fucked up. Parts of Mexico, God don't live there. The American people don't care about them. Why? Because they're not blonde-haired and blue-eyed. All right. Let me get off that. Let's get this 562 number. What's up, Javier? What you want to talk about, man?
Let me turn this thing down. What's up, man? What's going on?
You tell me, player. You tell me.
How you doing?
I'm good, man. Wednesday, almost Thursday. Let's do this.
Hey, so, talking about abortion.
Yes.
Right? Obviously, it's a woman's right.
Yes.
Right? That's for sure.
Okay.
Right? So, when it comes to people saying and bringing up the whole religious thing, like it's against the religion, it's against this, it's against that. Have you guys ever seen these narco guys that pray to like their narco gods and then they go out and kill?
Yes.
They're like, hey, protect me, narco god. Or I don't know what.
The saints.
What's the narco god?
Son santos.
The saints. Yeah, los santos. They kill, and then they go and then they repent, and then they get, especially the Catholics.
Yeah.
They go and they say, hey, on Sunday I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go and repent, and God's gonna forgive me for what I did.
That's a beautiful religion. Wouldn't you want that? That's a great religion. You can do whatever you want. Go to Sunday, repent. You're back in business. You're back in the house.
You're back in business. You're back in business. But the whole thing about abortion, man, it's not our decision, man.
It's not.
Just like you said earlier. If it was law, where women had to have these kids, like this little 13-year-old girl in Central America. I don't know what part in Central America. She was thrown in jail for having an abortion for 10 years.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that happens, and in the what's the name countries are even worse. In the Middle Eastern countries, it's even worse than that. They'll kill you.
They'll chop your head off.
Yeah,
right. But
much.
That's our religion.
Yes,
that's our religion. But when you think about it, if you believe in this whole religion stuff, even if you do bad in the religion, especially the Catholic religion, you can repent every Sunday and go about your business.
That's how we do it.
So don't put religion on this, guys.
Yeah, don't.
Because it's not about that. It's about good and right. It's about doing good and right. You don't need religion to be good and right.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean?
I agree with that, but I myself am not a religious person. I've said that before, right? But I think that a lot of people, especially people that like subscribe here or watch this, they have found religion, and they're the actual people that are that give a good name to religion. I think what gives a bad name to religion is like the Catholic Church, like big entities, because it's power, it's money. That's what it is. Because if like the Catholic Church was, and I'm sure I'm gonna get struck down right now by God, if the Catholic Church was a business, they would be out of business, because as many sexual predators as they had in there that they hid, that they shuffled priests around, and they all knew it. And then people just kind of look, and they look the other way.
Right. You're right. But also think about this. Think about this part. The Christians also taught their slaves, or told their slaves, and they changed the Bible to say, not changed, or interpreted the Bible into saying that slavery was mandatory for them.
Oh yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah. They use.
What doesn't make them any worse than the Catholic person? So they're the same. They're going to change, or they're going to misinterpret the Bible. The Bible. I mean, think about it this way: the Bible has been rewritten many times,
and religion was used to enslave and to justify a lot of dirty stuff. But I'm not gonna hold today's religious people accountable for that. But I do understand exactly what you're saying, my man.
Exactly, but you have to understand, if you would have been born, let's say your great grandmother was born. Let's say you were black. Your great grandparents were born in the 1800s.
Yeah.
They were told that they were slaves by the grace of God, and they had to follow the white master.
That's a beautiful thing,
religion goes out the table. I don't agree with religion a lot, because you can misconstrue religion. You can rewrite it. You can misinterpret it as you please, and people will love it. So just don't follow that part, man. Just follow the good. Be good, and know that the woman's right is a woman's right, man.
Yes, sir. Hey, my man, thank you for the phone call, homeboy.
Stay up.
I appreciate you. Bye. Yeah, and it is, but listen, that's the beauty of this country. If you want to follow religion, you follow religion. If you don't, you don't. There's a lot of different countries that you can't quite. My audio. What happened to my? Did I have the audio off all that time? Jesus Christ! I hope not. Let me see. I thought you didn't believe. Maybe. You should have told me. All right, let me see here. Okay, what are you guys talking about here? Cuomo is just a distraction for smutting bigger. Yeah. Hey, Psycho Thrill, thank you for that membership, people. Anybody who's a member, I appreciate you, even if you ain't. Let's see what you guys talking about. I was raised Catholic, but lost faith because of all the pedophiles. That's a horrible thing in the Catholic Church, and they hit it all the way up to the Pope. Come on, anybody with any kind of common sense. Could you imagine if the Catholic Church was like a multi-billion-dollar industry that was a babysitting firm for kids from 5 years old all the way to high school, and they would be after-school programs. Then you found out that this whole national place was molesting kids in every single one of these places. They'd be out of business. But it's religion, brother. Religion holds a lot of power, people. So hopefully, Diosito Santos, por favor. No, I have to give him a little prayer here, carnal. I don't want to get struck down right now. Okay, Christianity, man, don't bash on them. Don't bash on them, people. Religion is a source of conflict, war, more so than peace. Yeah, it kind of is, man. Gil, thought you didn't believe in God. I never said I don't believe in God. I said I don't believe in religion. Not believing in religion has nothing to do with God. I believe there's a higher power out there. I don't pray. I used to talk to God all the time. I haven't in years. I used to say every morning, but some stuff's happened in my life and I kind of don't. But I do believe there's a God. I do believe, this is my belief as far as, let's say, faith, right? I believe that if I pass away, or when I do, which we all will, that if I've lived a righteous life, that I've been good to my family, that I've taken care of my family, that I respect my fellow man, and that I left this world a better place with me in it than with me without it, I think I've done my job. And I think that if I go to the pearly gates and they say, oh, well, you didn't believe in this, well, then you know what? I guess I'll go where I go. But I really believe that it's just the way you live your life. And it doesn't matter, again, if how many different religions are there? There's Buddhism, Christianity, Catholic, Presbyterian, Jews, Islam. Not everybody can be right. There can't be, some of us got to be wrong. And everybody's going to tell you they're right. I'm not going to tell you none of them are right. I'm going to tell you none of them are wrong. You want to follow religion? Get your money, player. But me, myself, I follow the religion of karma. I think if you do horrible shit's going to happen to you. And I know because I used to do horrible shit. And now I believe if you do good stuff will happen to you. Yeah, sometimes bad stuff will happen to you, but that's just life, man. If life was this beautiful, where you open the door and there's butterflies and the songs and the birds are always singing and everything's happy, that's the movies, man. That's not life. You got to hit those bumps. That way when you have a good time, you have a good time. But I believe it's about karma, people. I believe it's about karma. What did that thing hop to? Corey. Pro-choice. Imagine if women that couldn't afford to raise these children but decided to keep them, you would have more children living on welfare and poverty. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And it's typically the right wing that will say, no, they need to have these babies, pretty much have no choice. Okay, but are you going to take care of these kids? No, because then you're going to be complaining about they cost way too much. Plus, another thing I will also give a little argument towards religious right-wing people who always love the babies. How many babies does America kill every year overseas? Thousands. We drone, we bomb, thousands. We have no regard for life when it comes to other races, to other colors. If they're white and blue eyes, that's right to them. If not, we don't. Watch the news. Every day in the news, there is a bombing in India, Pakistan, Iraq, Afghanistan. But it doesn't make a bleep in the news. Why? Because they're not white and blue eye. If you got a bombing that only kills 4 people in London, it'll be all over the news. Because if it ain't white, it ain't right. That's a sad reality, brother. But it's the truth. Tell me I'm wrong. Let me see what we got. The church is being attacked from within. Child molesters don't define the Catholic Church. No, child molesters don't define the Catholic Church, but damn it, you guys sure have a lot of them. And I'm thinking you're Catholic because you said that. And the Catholic Church has hit it. Come on. The Catholic Church has hit it. That's why the last Pope left so quick. They had the goods on them, because popes are there for life. And they started investigating, and they told him, you better kick rocks. You better kick rocks, because they came up to where he was hiding. I forgot where he hid one big cardinal and moved them from other places. Come on, who does that shit, man? That's sickening. No, it's cool. I am good, homeboy. I am not inviting nobody like that over here, carnal. We keep it clean right here, carnal. We got morals and values, playboy. Gil, you won't understand the Bible. You reading it. You need a teacher to teach it, brother. Much respect. Listen, I respect it. I just don't follow it. But I don't follow a lot of trends. I mean, I'm the guy that goes against the grain all the time. I'm happy the way I am. People that follow the Bible, more power to them. I've seen so many people change their lives by following the scriptures. And I got to respect that. I straight up do. I'm not going to sit there and say, look at that. He's really... No. If religion is going to change your life and make you a better person for you and your family, more power to you, man. Straight up. Whatever works for you. Some people will do Christianity, some people will do Buddhism, whatever it is, more power to you, man. But at the same time, Catholic, conservative, Chicano, Jesus exists. There you go, carnal. Okay. 5 Hail Marys and you're good. All right, is that a Tupac? Hail Mary, come with me. Is that the Tupac Hail Marys? Viva Cristo Rey. All right, here we go. Bro, when you die, lights off forever. No, what is it? Repercussions? Damn, I don't know how to read that. For your actions, earth. That's a fact. Repercussions. I don't even know how to... I got to go to school for that one. Arturo, where's you at, Arturo? I missed that one. That's why I left. Let me see. Iron Hombre 76, I appreciate your membership, my man. Republican and Democratic Party is one gang. There will never be a third party. They are afraid to lose power. Yeah, but if we live in California, I don't think we need a third party. We just need to be independent, and we need to hold these suckers accountable. We need to sit there and say, no, like, I'm telling you, dude, you vote Newsom out, that will send shockwaves. That will make national news. You'll see it on CNN. You'll see it on Fox News. You'll see it on NBC. The Latinos have changed. The Latinos have swung. They'll make noise. They'll make noise. But when the next guy comes in, we're on his bumper too. We don't lay off. We keep pushing our agenda. People got to search, look, study. True, you can't be talking smack and not doing some research. I don't know. What, are you talking to me, Arturo? Are you talking to me, homie? No, I don't know if you're talking to me. How many kids are being killed in the foster care system? How many kids get killed, molested by other parents? Nobody should tell a woman what she can or can't do with and her unborn child. You're absolutely right, Corey. Especially no men. It's usually old white men that are trying to tell women what to do with their body. I have a wife, I have a daughter, I have granddaughters. I'm not letting a man sit there and tell my loved ones what to do with their bodies. There's no way. This is America, man. Straight up. This is America, man. Okay. Are you going to watch the Pacquiao fight? You know what? I was going to watch it when he was in a fight that other cat, but this one I don't know, man. It was maybe like $40. I'm good, but not. Gil, do you invest in crypto? No, I think crypto's a hustle, but maybe it'll be good. Gil, homie, what's up, Supreme? Just out of curiosity, have you ever been back to Honduras since you left as an adolescent? If so, how is it there in life? They're just curious, being as I've never been. I went back in 1990, 91. I was 16 years old when I went back. And I went to the tourist spot because my mom was slanging dope. She took us to the place where it was just pretty nice. But it's a beautiful country. And back then, it probably wasn't even as bad as it got. Because you got to remember, in 1991, they hadn't yet at all started deporting all the gang members to Honduras. So when I went over there really was no gang problem there yet. The gang problem in Honduras started in the late 90s, after they started deporting everybody, shooting them over. Because remember, I told you guys in the story, they tried to deport me in 1998. So I would have been there. I would have probably got killed. But when I went there, it is a beautiful country. It rained every day where I was at. I mean, literally, you're walking down the street. It's humid. It's warm. And then all of a sudden, clouds come in, and it rains for 10, 15 minutes. And it goes. I remember the first time I'm doing that, I'm walking. This is me in Honduras. I'm walking. I see the clouds. Me and my brother, like, what the hell? We're like trying to hide, and it just starts coming down. And the what I noticed that was normal. Everybody just goes about their day. The rain comes, it goes. They're still pushing their carritos. They're still doing whatever they were doing. They don't stop for the rain for nothing, brother. So let's see what we got. We got Utah in the house. What up, Utah?
Hey, listen, Gil, I had no idea you were from Honduras, so I'm going to ask you a quick question, and I'll let you answer off. I'll let go because I talk too much, but
Go ahead,
I'm going to let you. Can you answer it off the air? Have you, being from Honduras, have you ever experienced racism from Mexicans?
Okay. So his question was, thank you for that. That's a great question. Being from Honduras, do I ever experience... I still do to this day, homie. I still do to this day. People are still, that you're from Honduras, that you're not from Mexico, that you're not Chicano, that you're not raza. Yeah, absolutely. Till to this day. I mean, out in the streets and all that, no, because if you hear me speak, y cuando hablo español, I don't speak like an hondureño. I don't have any of those mannerisms because I grew up in North Hollywood. I grew up from my hood, right? So people say, I'm from North Hollywood, homie. I was born in Honduras, but I'm from North Hollywood. Get that right. But like I went to a family party with my mom about 2 weeks ago, and it was all people from Honduras, right? And we're speaking to this one gentleman that just came with his wife. He was out here visiting, and then he tells me and my mom, he's like, so where are you guys from? Son de Norte America? Like, he thought we were Mexican American. Like, no, yo soy de Honduras. He's like, what? He's like, you guys, yeah, we're from Honduras, man. It's just, but to me, that's a beautiful thing because two reasons. I'll get your call right now, Washington. I know what it is to be a Mexicano. I know what it is to be a Central American. I know both sides of that fence. So me knowing both sides of the fence, I know how both pretty much think, and I know they're both beautiful people, and that's how I can try to unite them that much more. And most people, if I didn't say I was from Honduras, they wouldn't even know, homie. But I love where I'm from. I'm a catracho 100%, but I'm also American. I'm also a cholo. I'm also from North Hollywood. So I hope that answered your question, player. Okay. You guys can call back right now. Sorry about that. I was just answering my homie from Utah's phone call. Gangster 310. What's up, Gil? Much respect your way from the harbor area. Keystone 13 gang. All right, homie. Only one time banging. No more banging. Let's see what you got. All you guys that were calling right now, you can hit it up again. Let me know what it is. The Chin Checker. Divide and conquer. That's all religion does. Well, yeah, I think it used to definitely do that. In America, not so much anymore. I would hope not. Who knows? Are Mexicans racist? Everybody's racist to a point, man. You can't say one person is or nobody's racist from here. Everybody's racist to one point or another. Default soldiers throwing up that big H from Honduras. That's what's up, homie. Yeah, man. Listen, carnal. It's all love. It's all good in the hood. Okay. The delegates and LA mayor that was Latino, Virgosa, whatever his name is, they got him in prompter, take out God in the platform to remove God, and about Israel, they didn't want to discuss puppets. I don't know what that means right there. How can Latinos that come from corrupt communist socialist countries vote Democrats? Let's see. Washington State. Levas for Bernie's. Where you been, homie?
Yes, you remember me, huh?
I still remember you, homeboy. I still remember you. What's going on with you, man?
Ain't nothing much. I'm still watching your show every day, and I love it every week. You get better and better.
Thank you, brother. I definitely appreciate that, homeboy.
Yeah.
So,
but one thing keeps bothering me about you keep bringing up like white people. Like when my father came into Mexico, it was a white person that like snuck him into the country.
Yeah.
And ever since he came here, it was white people like helping out Rasta, like the illegals. Even though many of them have been mistreated, there's been a lot of white people that actually done a lot for like the Hispanic community.
Oh yeah, of course, brother. No, I'm not saying that at all. Yes, of course, dude. There's a lot of there's a lot of great people in all colors, homeboy.
Yeah, well, let me just like bring up a good example. Like a lot of people just want so much from the white people. Like a good example is Africa. France, UK, the US, the Red Cross, they have spent millions and millions of dollars and resources to help out the people of Africa. They raise them, they train them, they give them education as much as they could. But no matter how much they try, the locals always seem to want more and more and more.
Right.
I
think in those countries though, I believe the corruption is so high, and I think it's you can throw as much money in there, but you're not going to change those countries. They're just so rooted with corruption, with poverty, that there's not enough money in the whole entire world to fix that.
Yeah, well, it's the same thing as Latin America. There's Panama, there's not Honduras, it was El Salvador. The U.S. got heavily involved in El Salvador.
Right.
And I think it was Colombia. I don't know, but you see all these Latin countries still struggling after, white influence trying to come in. And every time they get like rich and powerful because they know what they're doing, these gringos, they know what the fuck they're doing. The locals just seem to like try to take them out of the picture.
What it is in Central American countries is this. You have a lot of big money American corporations. They go in there and they exploit the countries, dude. They go in there and they'll set up shop and they will not pay anything near what they could pay some of these people. And if they could pay these people, let's say Shell goes over there and sets up shop for fuel and all that, right? Or bananas, Chiquita Bananas. Chiquita Banana can pay those people a wage that's a little bit higher, probably double what they pay them, and they'll make a middle class over there, and then that'll stop people from wanting to come to America. Most people that come to this country, if they had jobs in their country, they would stay because most people love their home country. But a lot of the corporations go there and they exploit the goods out of all these countries, and I think that's a lot of greed from American countries or companies. I mean,
no, that's actually very true. A good example was Venezuela.
Mm-hmm.
Before Maduro. Venezuela, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, when he kicked everybody out.
Yeah, exactly. Before Maduro kicked them out, the U.S. had total control of the oil refineries.
Yes.
The thing is, the locals never like try to force themselves into these refineries to learn how to, do everything to to extract the oil, to purify the oil, to make fuel and all that stuff. They didn't know. They just let the Americans do everything.
Yeah.
And when Maduro came into power and kicked everybody else, they have all this equipment. They're like, okay, what are we going to do?
That's the same exact thing that happened with Cuba when Fidel Castro took power. When Fidel Castro took power, he kicked everybody out. And I think that's where he made his huge mistake. Fidel Castro, what he should have done, and what even the guy in Venezuela should have done, he's like, hey, listen, guys, I'm in power now. We are renegotiating all our deals. You guys keep your companies here. Everybody's going to make X amount of money. You're going to pay X amount of taxes, because what it is America goes like in Cuba. America had that treaty with Cuba where they can do whatever they want. America was doing whatever they wanted because after America helped Cuba gain independence from Spain, they pretty much wrote an article saying, we're your big homie. We can do whatever you want. We can tax you whenever you want. And if Castro would have just said, you guys still stay here, but you're going to show our people how to run these places, you're going to pay more in taxes, Cuba would have been a beautiful place. But when he kicked everybody out, that's when America said, oh, no, you guys ain't kicking our billion-dollar friends out. And that's when they put all those embargoes on those guys.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but, Maduro or what's his name, Hugo Chavez had so much opportunity. They benefited so much from the American oil industry that they actually had their own citizens, like not even working. They get a paycheck every month. They never have to worry about work. They don't have to worry about school and everything like that. If Maduro or Hugo Chavez invested so much in education and developing the people to become more sufficient, like engineers or
I mean, there's a good. That's the beauty part they show you, but there's also parts where people are starving and dying. Hey, brother, I got another call coming in. Lewis Bernie, nice talking to you, my man, and I'll be seeing you on the calls, huh?
I wish you for the best. All right,
brother. Thank you. All right, see what we got calling in. What's good, Christian? What you want to talk about?
I just wanted to point out how, you remember back when Trump gave that speech and he kind of generalized all Mexicans and he said oh, there's a bunch of rapists in Mexico, so they're all basically rapists and drug dealers.
Yeah, of course I do.
So a lot of the people that got upset about that, I'm not saying that they don't have the right to be.
I was one of them.
I don't like being generalized like that. But a lot of those people, they kind of go ahead and they generalize the church because there's a lot, there's been a lot of cases of sexual abuse within the church, and but that sort of thing goes on everywhere. For example, in Mexico and Honduras, there's a lot of that.
Oh,
Does that mean all Mexicans are rapists? Does that mean we're all pedophiles?
Okay, so let me answer that, Christian. But that's you're bringing up a whole country. We're bringing up an entity. If the Catholic Church was, like I said, let's say it was a big organization that babysat kids, and this organization got caught nationally hiding other employees that were actually raping kids, that organization will be out of business. Yes or no?
Yeah.
So the church has been doing this for decades, and instead of really prosecuting them and when somebody got caught, they were taking them to therapy or they were moving them around. So obviously it was something that was just running rampant in the church. A lot of these guys were doing it, and everybody kind of gave them the free pass because it was a church. But when it comes to children, I don't care what church you're from. I'm not saying the church should have disappeared. No. I'm saying a lot more of these priests should have gone to prison much sooner, and it would have saved thousands of kids from getting molested because nobody wanted to say anything.
Yeah, I agree with you, but we can't just overlook all the good Catholic priests that actually have helped children and have helped communities, because you see, the Catholic Church, it's worldwide.
Yes.
We have Vatican City, and we're kind of basically like our own country. We just don't have our own land to live in by ourselves, but we're like a whole country. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand. Yes, of course. No,
and it's kind of harsh to go ahead and generalize all Catholics because of the actions some corrupted priest. That's all I'm saying.
Your point is very well taken, and I agree. I do not. And that's why I say if religion works for them, more power to them. I don't sit there and say no, it's fake. No, listen, man. Whatever your faith is, it's your faith, brother, and I respect it.
All right, man. Have a good one.
You too, brother. Thank you. All right. So somebody asked. Okay. What are Cali Max? LAG? Cali Max is what is it? What's not an algorithm? What the hell? What's the word? Damn, coming frozen here. It is Jesus. All right, whatever. It stands for Central Americans, Latinos, Indigenous, Mexican American Chicanos. That's an umbrella that I'm pushing for all raza, brown people, whatever you want to call yourself. That way it takes care of everybody, because somebody will say, no, I'm Mexican Gil. No, I'm Mexican American Gil. No, I'm Central American Gil. No, I'm Latino Gil. No, I'm... Jesus. It's like, all right, guys, we can be Cali Max. Central American, Latinos, Indigenous, Mexican American Chicanos. That's why LGBTQ made their thing, because why? They wanted to all get into one umbrella, because somebody said I'm gay, somebody said I'm queer, somebody said I'm transgender. They were fighting about it. They finally got into a room, said we're this, and it works for them because they all got under one umbrella. So I'm trying to push for us to get under that Cali Mac umbrella so we can stop fighting what the hell we are, move forward, and let's move this agenda going, because we'll get stuck for 1,000 years here in America fighting about what we are. And I'm done fighting about that. To me, I consider myself a Cali Mac. That takes care of everybody. And I hope that answered your question. Damn, let him finish before interrupting. No, Andy, I will not let him finish that one. Now, relax, Andy. If you have a problem, Andy, you can call. We're just having a conversation, Andy. I got to keep the convo going. Carnal. JR, El Salvador adopted Bitcoin as a national currency. I hope it helps them. Really? I have to look into that. El Salvador with Bitcoin, huh? Answer the Cali Mac thing. What's happening in Afghanistan? All Hollywood, paid by the CIA. Nah, no chingues way. That ain't all Hollywood, man. You got people on the Twitter, on the feed. Now that's the difference. Now you have a lot of technology there. No, that is not that. Come on. Stupid people tell you run and get vaccinated. People with common sense will tell you otherwise. Nah, listen. Vaccination, it's your body. It's your choice. All right, people. I'm going to head out of here. I will catch you tomorrow. Bring your popcorn, man. Bring your popcorn. I will catch you tomorrow on LA Times. My phrase will be, don't throw rocks if you live in a glass house, people. The truth will come out, and the truth will hurt. So tomorrow, we'll be live. Let me get this last phone call from this gentleman real quick. Okay, Michael, you are my last call. Let's make a good one. Talk to me, brother.
I was just going to make a quick one, bro. Just and say, keep up the good work, bro. Watching your work videos earlier, and I just wanted to tell you, hey, the construction work, bro, you got nothing on Choloani, bro. He'll build that shit. He'll build that swimming pool with animal bones and a stick, bro.
And he'll use the Choloani power, fool. This dick. That was a great one. Let's get the hell out of here. Let's get the... Hey, thanks for the YouTube, brother. Later. This fool. Later, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe, share the channel, like the channel, and if not, don't, carnal.